I decided to take upon myself to teach jazz improvisation on the side. So I'm actually a computer science professor, but I love jazz, and I wanted to, one, keep the fires burning, so to speak, and also to improve my own competence in jazz, and that's why I started teaching improvisation. And one of the things I realized very early on, sort of the standard wisdom is that to learn jazz, you go out and you take a solo from a great master, Charlie Parker or somebody, and you transcribe it. And that takes a long time. And in our school, at least, where we don't really have a captive audience of music students, that would be a showstopper. I mean, people just leave because they didn't really take the time. So my idea was instead of requiring transcription, what we could do is have people write out solos over a tune that we're working on. And so I started doing that, making assignments where people would write out a solo on, I don't know, 58 train or something. And what I would get back is stuff that had obviously been sort of scribbled down right before class on a napkin or something. And I decided, wouldn't it be great if we just had a program that everybody could use, and they just could email me their solos rather than having to worry about could we A, read them, and B, play them if we could read them. And so that's what led to this about 12 years ago. And this has gone through a lot of iterations. We're up to release 10 now, version 10. And so the idea is basically you have a lead sheet format, and you have chord changes across the top, and then you're supposed to write out a solo over those chord changes. And the tool gives you some, what we call advice, in the form of note colorations. So if a note that so let's say that we're going to take this, maybe we can close the door so have less outside noise, but even though it's going to be up full volume, it's not that loud. So let's say we have this 12-bar blues, and we want to complete the blues by adding something at the end. So it's a riff type blues. I'll play it for you. You hear that okay? It's all the way out, I'm sorry. You have some space there that you can create your own solo. And then you can use a variety of methods to get your solo into. You can use point and click. It actually gravitates toward notes that kind of work with the chord, so it makes you sound better than you really are at first. You can turn off that feature. And the note heads are colored in the following way. So if it's a black note, that's a note that's actually in the chord. If it's a green note, it's what we call a colored tone. It's not actually in the chord, but it resonates with the chord, so it's sympathetic with the chord. If it's a blue note, it's not blue in the conventional jazz sense, but rather it's what we call an approach tone, which means it's a chromatic half step away from a chord tone or a color tone. So it's very common to use those in jazz to give a temporary tension and then get released. And then the last color is red. If it's none of the above, it's a red note. And the message there is if you see lots of red on your solo, then probably it doesn't work too well. Although some people can do really well playing outside, but most beginners cannot, and I even myself cannot do it. But I'll give you an idea of what that's like. I'll take the entire solo and move everything up a half step, and you'll see a lot of red. It doesn't sound too good. So we're going to stop that and move it back down to where it was originally. And so that's the kind of thing that kind of gives you a little bit of visual feedback in addition to hearing. When you click in the notes, you hear the chord along with the note. And then we have what we call an advice menu, which for a beginner, it's not popping up for some reason. I have it set on a very high, very low resolution, so it can show up here. It's not, that menu is somewhere else on the screen, unfortunately. Okay, well, take my word for it. If it were regular resolution, we have this menu that tells you things like what are the notes in the chord, or what are the color tones that go with that chord, or what's your scales that go with that chord. Traditional jazz knowledge. So all that stuff is in the menu, as well as a variety of different licks that can be played over the chords and things like that. So you can solve all of those in constructing your solo if you so wish. So that's the basic idea of writing out the solo. And then the solo is saved as a text file, and you can mail it to anybody that has this program. They can reload it and examine it, play it for themselves, and so on. So any questions so far before I get into some of the other cool things? Yeah.
How versatile is are you able to save your own licks in the
Yes.
in the main?
Yes. So you can. We have what's called a selection, and so like here. Oh, there's the menu I was looking for before. Somehow it didn't pop up. So we have notes, scales. There's kind of rhythms, cells, which are little four-note figures, idioms, which are kind of cliches, licks, and so on. But you can save your lick, and then it's automatically transposed to whatever key at the moment. So you don't have to save it in every possible key. You just tell it you want to save that. Another thing you can do is it will improvise on its own. So if you don't like any of the things that are offered in the vocabulary, in the dictionary of licks and so forth, you could say, create something new for me, and maybe I can use that. So taking this example here, 2 bars, just press improv, and it's going to improvise something over those 2 bars. So I keep doing it over and over, each time different. So that's another way to get ideas that can kind of be things that you could use for yourself. You could also, by the way, I'll play what it sounds like without any solo in there. And all this is generated from just the chords and a style. So we have style, which in this case is called swing Sonny Clark. Sonny Clark is the comping style that's being used. And all the other stuff, all the other sounds, bass, drums, and piano, are generated automatically from the program. So here's what it sounds like with nothing. And you can use that for just practicing. So you can put it on loop and practice along with it as you move it, play along. But one difference is you can adjust the speed, slow as fast or as fast as you want. And unlike the slow down tools, if you've tried those that are available, this one will not change the quality of the note or the pitch as it slows down, because it's using MIDI as the sound creation thing. So it's not going to be great as you slow down to like 30 like that. Okay, so now let's see if they can improvise the whole chorus for us. And that can go on forever. Also, there are different styles of improvisation. And these are one of the ways in which these are generated is by means of grammar. So we have here a assortment of different grammars, many of which are named after famous jazz musicians, Freddie Hubbard, Gary Mulligan, and so on. And those grammars, each one will generate improvisations in a slightly different style. The grammars there's an AI component to the software that learns the grammar from a transcription. So if you have one or more solos by your favorite artist, you could say, learn a grammar from these, and it takes only less than a minute. It will learn the grammar, and then it can reproduce things that are similar to what that artist played. So that's the idea of grammar. It's one of the ways in which the software can improvise. Let me also show you. So here I have a MIDI keyboard, and you know, make sure it's attached to. So it can react to. This happens to be a Bluetooth, but you can also get ones that are wired, and you can have it record your solo in real time. So let's put in a count in. So you may notice it may have missed a couple of notes. This part is not as perfected as some of the other things. And then you could also trade with it. So instead of just recording my solo, what I will do is say, let's do some trading. And so we have a choice of what's called active versus passive trading. So passive means that it's going to create a solo using a grammar, a trade with you, but it's not actually listening to what you are playing at all. And active trading, it actually listens to what you play and tries to establish some kind of a line that's similar, that's based on what you play. So that's what we're going to demonstrate is active trading. You get a choice of, is the user going to go first, or is improviser going first? How many bars do we want to trade? So let's say 4, and then other settings that we can do. So let's try that with just this blues here. And the transform, there's another type of grammar that dictates the reaction. And so this is a Bill Evans transform, as it's called. Those are also learned in the AI components of the tool. So here we go. Notice it kind of tracks a little bit what I'm doing. Once you've traded, we have this record check, so you can actually say, I want recording of what I just did, and okay, so it looks like I missed some or a portion of it, but in general, it will capture both what you played and what the software played. So I missed that first, and I missed a couple for our second. That's not perfect yet, but then you can mess with that. You can tweak your solo, whatever. So those are some of the main features. There's some other things I could show, but maybe some questions I could answer. And I really have lately. I've been trading with it a lot, and after a few courses, I really start to get into it. It really feels good, and it'll just it'll wear you out because it's never going to stop. So it's really fun thing to use. Another thing it can do, not as well as with the MIDI keyboard, but it will also trade with audio. So you can play, and there's another component to it, which will transform your audio into MIDI, put that into the system. It's not as perfect. Capture but it's another vehicle. And when you're trading, you don't really have to have perfection for the tool to react to something. If it gives a few notes, that's enough for it to establish some melodic reaction to it. So it does work. Yeah.
How is it what's the range of chords that you can put on there? Is it pretty comfortable with sus chords or?
Yeah, pretty much all of the standard ones, and you can also add to the vocabulary. The vocabulary is just a text file, and so you can add chords. You can also specify certain voicings that you prefer with the chord. You can specify scales. So that's all encoded in one just big text file, which we call the vocabulary.
Cool.
Yeah. Other questions?
So, I mean, I guess the idea is for students to kind of get a feel for what's good against the chord and what's not so good against the chord, and pretty much have something that they can ask anytime, and not have to wait until they see their teacher again or something.
Yeah, and also as an improvising companion, if you want to play trading, stuff like that, you don't have to have another musician, although nothing against other musicians, obviously. But, and we have some other things in it, like it'll take a chord progression and analyze it into what we call bricks. So a brick is like a cadence or a turnaround, things of that sort. There's a whole repertoire of different bricks, and this is a theory that's been developed by a couple guys in the UK, and we have put that into the software so it can take a tune like the Bossa and analyze it, see what the keys are. For me, when I improvise, the first thing I go to is what is the key, and the chords themselves are less important than the key of the moment, and that tends to, and interesting tunes, that tends to change a lot. So once you have, if you can establish what key you're in, I think 80% of the way there. You don't really need to know all the fine points of the chords to be able to play. Anybody wants to try it? Here it is. And by the way, it's free. So, and it works on, I prefer Mac, but it also works on Windows, and also works on Linux if you're one of those people. So just go type in IMPRO-VISOR with the dash between the Impro and the Visor into Google, and it'll take you to our homepage, and you can download it. It's free. And I'm the tech support guy, so I'm happy to answer questions. All right. We'll leave it up if you want. There's a little break later. If you want to try it, it'd be cool. But sure. All right. Got it. I should also say we have a kind of a Facebook in here, which is just chords. It's called the Imaginary Book, and it has over 2,500 tunes already encoded.
Oh, is that awesome?
But you can add your own tunes. It's real easy to do. What tune would you like to play?
Do all of me?
All of me. Okay, so let's see. So open file.
Only another key.
And I'm pretty sure that one is in our imaginary book.
Can it play in the house band?
Bass.
We're not trying to put anybody down.
There's not at least the bass version's a break.
Let's see. All. It's got to be in.
Or I could just do a C.
No, I can get it. There it is.
And maybe a C blues is better.
Let's see what it sounds like. So the comping is going to be very plain unless I change that, but I think that's okay. So you want to record, or do you want to trade?
I want to try the trading feature.
Okay.
See how that goes.
So for trading course?
Sure.